Do you know why 73% of new entrepreneurs quit within the first 2 years of their entrepreneurial journey? The answer might surprise you, and it's the same reason I wasted the 3 years stuck as a beginner. It silently kills most beginner businesses before they ever get off the ground. So here's what nobody talks about. I started my first business 3 years ago and almost became part of the 73%. Not because I didn't have good ideas, not because I lacked the skills or passion, but because of one simple thing that nearly destroyed everything I worked for. I was paralyzed by decisions. Every single choice felt like life or death. Should I hire that person? Should I launch that product? Should I invest in that marketing campaign? I would spend weeks researching, asking everyone for advice, making pros and cons lists that went nowhere. But here's the crazy part. While I was stuck analyzing every move, my competitors were taking action. They were launching products, getting customers, and growing their businesses. And I was still sitting there with my spreadsheets and my fear. The breaking point came when I missed a huge opportunity. A potential client actually wanted to work with me, but it took so long deciding on my pricing that they went with someone else. The deal would have been worth $1,500 had gone. Because I couldn't make a simple decision, that's when I realized something that changed everything. The most successful entrepreneurs I knew weren't smarter than me. They weren't more experienced. They just had one thing I didn't have: a system that they can rely on taking and making decisions fast. Think about it. Every day you don't decide is a day your competitors moves ahead. Every week you spend overthinking is a revenue walking out of the door. The cost of waiting is almost always higher than the cost of making a small mistake. I learned this the hard way when I studied how the top 1% of entrepreneurs actually make choices. They do not wait for the perfect information. They do not ask for the advice. They usually use a simple framework that lets them decide with confidence, even when they have 70% of the facts. Here's what shocked me most. Most businesses, schools, and courses teaches you everything except that one skill that matters the most: how to make good decisions quickly. They give you marketing strategies, financial planning, and business models, but they never teach you the decision-making system that turns all that knowledge into action. The entrepreneurs who succeed aren't the ones with the best ideas, they are the ones who can execute their decent ideas faster than everyone else can execute their great ideas. Speed beats perfection in business every single time. I wish someone had told me this 3 years ago. I would have saved months of stress, thousands of dollars in missed opportunities, and probably my relationship with my family, who got tired of hearing me analyze the same problems over and over. Here's the good news. Once you learn this system, everything changes. You start making confident choices in minutes instead of weeks. You stop second guessing yourself. You take calculated risks, grow your business instead of staying stuck in your comfort zone. You see, the entrepreneurs who master this skill have a massive advantage. While everyone else is stuck in analysis paralysis, they are moving fast, testing ideas, and adjusting based on real results instead of imaginary fears. I've seen businesses owners double their revenue in 6 months just by learning to decide faster, not because they became smarter, but because they stopped letting perfect to be the enemy of good. The hardest part isn't learning the system, it's admitting that you need it. Most entrepreneurs think decision making should come naturally, that successful business owners are born with some special ability to always know the right choice. That's completely wrong. Good decision making is a skill you can learn, just like marketing or sales. The difference, this skill affects every other part of your business. Making decisions faster and everything else accelerates. Your marketing gets better because you test campaigns instead of planning them forever. Your products improve because you launch and iterate instead of trying to perfect them in a secret. Your team respects you most because you give a clear direction instead of changing your mind every week, every time, and every day. But most importantly, you sleep better at night. You stop carrying the weight of unmade decision. You stop feeling like a fraud who doesn't know what they are doing. You start feeling like the confident leader you wanted to be. The question isn't whether you need to improve your decision making. The question is how much longer you are willing to let indecision cost you opportunities while your competitors move ahead. Now, you see, because here's the truth, nobody wants to admit every day you wait to fix the problem, someone else is building the business you are planning. Every week you spend overthinking, they are getting customers you could have had. The entrepreneurs who understand this do not wait for motivation. They do not wait for the perfect moment. They do not wait until they feel ready. They just learn the system. They practice it and they start making the confident decisions that grow their business. So just ask yourself this: where do you want to be 6 months from now? Still analyzing the same decisions you are facing today, or running a business that you grows because you can move fast with opportunities appear? The choice is yours, but remember, not deciding is still a decision, and it's usually the wrong one.